10 seasons of Gatorade Cup Series races, and the 10th season is about to come to an end. Race number 38, chase race number 12 of season 10, heads to the Homestead Miami Speedway to crown our 10th ever Gatorade Cup Series champion. This is the Wendy's 400. Anthony Fox, Riley Sprotu, Marshall Burrow. One of those three drivers will leave Homestead with a championship. Last season's champion Levi Jones has claimed the pole for tonight's race on Homestead. To his outside second is the 3 of Kashawn Richardson. Third place, it's Riley Sampson. Fourth, we have Isaac Nichols. And rounding out the top 5, it's Max Anderson, the 83 car. Sixth place, we have JJ Reed. Seventh is Justin Zeidel. Eighth, it's Jonathan Buford. In ninth, we have Carter Friesen. And Zachary Fitzroy, senior, the 9, rounds out the top 10. For the rest of the field, there's Daco Yepez. Outside of him, the 47 of Dale Lightning. Then second in points, Riley Sprotu, starting 13th, the highest of our championship contenders. To his outside 14th, the 51 of Sebastian Kukulon. Anson Charlebon, Eli Bright in the next row with Trey Rainey and Jay Jefferson. Then there's Scott Gregory and Jose Mills, the 27, with Ryan Brommer and Carson Bowers, the 19. Then we have Luke Rainey and Michael Gregory, newly crowned Pennzoil Truck Series champion, with Griffin Lynn and Roman Fenway, the 13 car. Then we have Derek Hamill and William Seaman, the 31, with Adam Garcia and Nathan Stapleton, the 16. Then there's Anthony Hernandez and Steve Morgan, the 35 car, with Edwin Mendez and Anthony Fox, who comes in as the points leader, 11 points up on Riley Sprotu, but a bad starting position back in 34th. However, it is possible to come through the field. Homestead, we've seen track position doesn't really mean much, and we saw last race at Rockingham, Fox drive from 37th to 7th at a track where it's notoriously hard to pass, so 38 could come forward easily. Then there's Casey Nacko and Patrick Smith, the 24, with Cole Luigi, newly crowned Target Series champion, Jeff Bright, the 5, to his outside. And then Marshall Burrow, who comes in third in points, needing to win here tonight, starts back in 40th. Jake Richardson, the 15, to his inside, and TJ Hanley and Marcus Ashley, the 17, round out the 42-car field. There is the starting lineup for the Gatorade Cup Series Season 10 finale, the Wendy's 400 Homestead. Let's go crown a champion after this starting command.
Drivers, start your engines!
42 Gatorade Cup Series engines come to life for racing in the finale of season number 10 at the Homestead Miami Speedway. Coming in, 3 drivers with a shot at the championship. Anthony Fox, who was seated 10th coming into the championship. Marshall Burrow, one of our wild cards, and Riley Sprotu, the lone Toyota in the chase field. 2 Fords, 1 Toyota. Ford looking for the 3rd straight championship in the Gatorade Cup Series. The only other manufacturer that has done that, Chevrolet, season 4, 5, and 6. Pace car in, 41 laps in the finale, season 10. Sean Richardson, front row for the green flag. Green flag in the air, racing in the finale of season 10. Max Anderson making big moves on lap 1 off the 4th corner to lead the first lap of the race. Zeidel pushing him in the 10. Zeidel looks low. And already shown himself outside the top 5. We're not even 2 laps into it. He'll look 4 wide on Riley Sampson as Riley Sprotu starts to come forward on the inside lane as Carter Friesen goes 3 wide the 34. Now Friesen out of line. Yepez behind him in the 32. Riley Sprotu on the inside looking to get inside the top 5 early on this race. Friesen off the corner, he'll clear the lead. 3 wide per second goes Yepez, Richardson, and Zeidel. The 10 clear, down in line for Zeidel. Riley Sprotu looking out on Yepez for 3rd. Can Richardson get clear in the 3 car? Zeidel with a nice run off turn 2 to the back of the 34, down the back. They'll go side by side. Zeidel inside, Friesen outside. Sprotu moves up to 3rd. Get by Yepez, but here comes the 8AV lap right to challenge and put the 26 up to the middle of the racetrack. Zeidel to clear off turn 4, Friesen clear in 2nd as well. Cars in the wall and all over the place, scattering down the front stretch. There was some side drafting going between Dale Lightning and Jose Mills back here. They were basically hitting each other, but they kept it going straight. They can see Bowers with a nice run through the middle, as now Sprotu top 3 wide. And Friesen back for the lead on Zeidel. Sprotu trying to get down line right there. Look at that big move in front of the 27 behind the 78. Is it going to work? No. Mills pokes the hole down to the inside, but somehow, some way, Sprotu was able to at least get down there. That's showing how hard Sprotu wants to win this championship. Mills being on the inside lane is the biggest point of this race. Mills and Eli Bright go to 4th and 5th by Spurley to first, second. There comes the 78 of Jay Jefferson on Justin Zeidel. Through 3 and 4, Jefferson is second, Friesen leads. Jefferson for the lead. Off turn 4, back to the line. Friesen leads left, Jefferson's down there. Zeidel now sees side by side from him. Where's he go? 78 entered a little wide right there, but got a great run through the middle of 1 and 2 to get by Friesen. Zeidel to second. Zeidel for the lead. Anthony Fox still stuck in the back of the field. Marshall Burrow, I think he's back there in the middle of the racetrack. Zeidel, Jay Jefferson looking side by side. Spurrier a little slow on the bottom of the racetrack. Bowers looks low. Eli Bright going 3 wide for the lead. Jefferson leads the lap. Zeidel, middle. Eli Bright, bottom. They stay 3 wide to the corner. 88 slides up almost into Zeidel, but they're still 3 wide. And here comes Friesen with a run off turn 2. Down the back, 3 wide. Eli Bright, push from Carter Friesen. Friesen looks 4 wide for the lead. Big move out of Carter Friesen right there, but he backed out of it. Eli Bright clears the lead. Now Jay Jefferson up against the wall, stayed out of it. Here comes Spurgeon looking to be the highest chaser, be 12 points for that. Spurgeon can technically win by not winning the race. It would just be easier to win the race. Look at that contact. Mills trying to muscle Friesen out of the way. As that was the 31 of Williams to make the big move on Spurgeon to almost wreck a few of our chase contenders. Zeidel and Eli Bright for the lead, back behind them, 4 wide madness. Zeidel to the front off Eli Bright. Eli in line in second, Seaman now to third. Mills and Spurgeon 4th and 5th. Spurgeon needs to get down line again, but here comes Friesen looking to the middle to put him up top. Friesen splits the middle. Eli Bright back to the inside, Zeidel for the top spot. And Seaman wants to go 3 wide for the lead. Here comes the 31 of Williams. Seaman out of line, gets a little tight down low. Eli Bright wound up through the middle of the racetrack. Bowers into the wall, into lightning. He was sideways, but I believe the 19 was able to save his car and control it. Eli Bright leads in the 88. Now Riley Spurgeon starting to drop back on the outside as Shones and Marcus Sachi move to his inside. 26 needs to somehow get in line, but it's so hard to do once you're up top. Look how slow he is off turn 2 after almost getting into the wall. And here comes Marshall Burrow steaming through the field. 95 found a way through. Look at Max Ayrton Hernandez. We're sideways up there. The 4 down to the back of the 83. Now Marshall Burrow, his biggest way to win this championship is to win the race. That's the only way to win the championship for Marshall Burrow. He needs to go up there and win the race. And Spurgeon outside the top 10 now as Carter Friesen's back on Eli Bright for the lead with help from the 31 of William Seaman. 4th on back in a log jam of cars. Seaman gonna try and get a nice arc into the corner, get to the inside of the 34. Did do just that. Who comes up to lead lap number 11? 30 to go this time by. Side by side, Friesen leads lap by a nose. Here comes Hernandez to 4. Oh, almost into the 80 of Eli Bright. Maybe some contact made there. And here comes Sachi because those two made some contact. And they slowed each other down. Down the back stretch. Anderson over the back of Marcus Sachi. 4 wide behind them goes Cole Luigi, newly crowned Target Series, NYROC Series champion. As Adele's now up against the wall of the 10 car. He'll slam it off turn 4 and he might slow Riley Spurgeon now in the top lane. He did. Spurgeon's falling back. Goodbye 26. Now he's going to try and shuffle that 10 out. That might be the worst idea there. Marshall Burrow's starting to come through the field. He's clear of that pack. Spurgeon's starting to fall back to where Anthony Fox is. Looking to try to split the 10 out of line. Get to the inside of him, and he did. That's the big move here. Zeidel back into the wall. Into Bowers around. They're going to go in the front stretch. Cars all over the place. Where's Fox in it? Trying to slow down. He does. Cars wrecking front stretch. Fox in the middle of it all. He looks like he's got clear. He does get by. Yellow flag is in the air. Hernandez back in the lead. Sachi second. Racing it back around to the yellow flag. Hernandez will be up front. Sachi second. Buford third. Anderson fourth. Seaman fifth. Luigi, Mills, and others. Caution flag in the air for the first time at Homestead. And how close it was for Anthony Fox. Kukul on it. He has heavy damage. Kashawn Richardson, Ryan Brommer, Fenway. There's Foxy got away. Reed. There's Sampson. Gregory. Zeidel has damage, obviously. Maybe Luke Rainey. Isaac Nichols has some rare damage. Jake Richardson. Dale Letting may have been in it. Carson Bowers has some damage. The 19. Ricebridge got away, but he's back in 27th. He needs something to go right here in this final part of the race. So caution flag in the air for the first time. They're going to be coming down the pit lane, obviously. Can't make it on fuel, and the tires do wear out here. So come down, get some tires, get some fuel, and try and make it to the end. This will be on the edge of their fuel window. They might have to stretch it a little bit to try and make it. It all depends now on who has the best fuel mileage. And how about Marshall Burrow? He's come through the field. He came in 13 points back in the points lead, which is bad enough because then if some chasers fall behind the 38, he can't win the championship. You can only gain a max of 14 points in a race. Being 13 points back, that is a slim margin. He's walking on a tightrope right now. So Hernandez putting on 4 fresh Goodyear Eagles, as will all the other teams. Jack down, leaving. I believe Marcus Sachi beat him off in the 17. Sachi, his crew, Restaurant Racing, does the job. He beats the 4 out. Can they beat everyone else out? Have to see here. And it looks like they will. So Marcus Sachi's team does it on pit road out in front. Hernandez falls to second on the pit stops. So chaser Marcus Sachi leads the way. Be the first car behind the pace car. What happened? Bring out the caution flag. Zidell and a 4-wide mess caused by Riley's Furley Tube causes the crash towards the back of the field. Riley's Furley Tube saw the 10 from him, slowing up the top lane. Furley Tube said, I have to get going. Split the 10 to the top side. Zidell's going to get into the wall hard off the corner, come down. Carson Bowers is there, spinning around into Nichols, into Richardson. Look at Jake almost hit the 26. Sampson gets some damage. Kukulon, the 40 comes back up the racetrack. Luke Rain slams on brakes with Dale Lightning. Michael Gregory in it. There's Anthony Fox slamming on the brakes, trying to get low, trying to get by. Sampson comes across the racetrack. Lightning hits him. There's Kukla on the inside wall. Look at Fox, barely right there, get by the 40 of Riley Sampson. If he hits him right there, it's at the end of the championship. Another look at it. How close it was for Fox to go on board with him as well. There were just cars everywhere, and Fox just did the best job he could there of slamming on the brakes, not too hard to where the car behind him would hit him in the rear, but just hard enough to where he would get slowed down time, and then the cars behind will have time to check up as well. It's going forth Anthony Fox. He's been riding around the back all night long, and that's where chaos can strike, and it almost strikes his championship chances. Think about it, this could actually be decently good for Anthony Fox. With 2 chasers going to have some damage, Riley Sampson, Dale Lightning. You know they might be just a little bit slower. That's 2 points that maybe he'll gain because of that damage and whatnot, and maybe he'll be all right. So Marcus Sachi leads the way in the 17, out in front looking for another win in Season 10 of the Gatorade Cup Series. Coming back green on lap number 19 in the Wendy's 400 at the Homestead Miami Speedway, just cleaning up our first yellow flag of the race. Edwin Mendez out because of a clutch issue in the 11 car. We have 41 cars on the lead lap. Currently, Anthony Fox rides around in 34th. He's right now the second lowest chaser to be getting 2 points out of the day, but still tons of time to make up spots and more chasers from him like Dale Lightning, Nathan Stibbs, and Riley Spurgeon is back there. Marshall Burrow needs to win here tonight and have the 38 finish poorly. Burrow's back in 11th, still with a shot at the championship as of now. But it's Marcus Sachi leading the way, another one of our chasers. Second place, it's Anthony Hernandez, the 4. Third for Max Harrison, John 3 for Kodu, the 2 teammates 4th and 5th, and William Seaman 6th, Derek Hamill in 7th, Jose Mills 8th, 9th for Diglia Pez, and Patrick Smith running out the top 10. There's Marshall Burrow in 11th. The other chasers that have a shot at the championship road to be Anthony Fox back at the back of the field. Back to the start-finish line to the restart zone. Green flag back in the air. Sachi spits the tires. Oh, that was a great restart for the 4 for Hernandez, but he did pass to the inside before the start-finish line. That's the big key there. What a great restart for Hernandez. Down to the inside already. Sachi spun the tires, I have to believe. Hernandez was pushed from Jonathan Buford off turn 2. Some cars slow at the back. Bowers slowing up. There's Fox trying to get points. 3 wide for Jonathan Buford. The 1 out of line. Help from teammate Carl Luigi. Smith coming down pit road with an issue. The 24 pits. Summers are reaching the 24. Smith, he's the only one to come down pit road. Maybe a loose wheel. And now Luigi for the lead in turn 1. For Coates, been the perfect weekend. He won the Target Series Championship, won the IROC Series Championship. He can't win the Cup Championship, but he got there and win the race. Be a perfect weekend. 4 wide for second. Buford gets clear for now. Yepes fight to the inside. Carl Luigi will lead the lap off turn 4. Yepes trying to get by Jonathan Buford for a second. He has a run to the 42 to turn 1. He looks to the inside. He's not there yet. And Mills muscling Hamill out of the way. Now, look at that 27, how hard he went off the corner. Look at, we had a crash or something at the back of the field. Dale Lang, some others may have been involved. There's smoke back there, but there's no yellow happening at the back of the field. Here comes Yepez. We're still green. 20 go right here. 4 wide, stacked up off the corner. Yepez led the lap. So it looks like Fenway and Lightning may have been involved in the crash, maybe Kukulon as well. Oh, look at Seaman muscle his teammate out of the way to go 4 wide through the middle of the racetrack. Those frontiers saying, you keep doing that, we'll just pull away. Yepez to the front, Luigi back to second, but they stay in line, nose to tail. Fitzwater 3 wide to move to third. Max Anderson, Marcus touching the inside with Carter Freeze and Jay Jefferson. How about Jeff Bright coming forward? Off the corner, Luigi back on Yepez. Side by side, look at them already catching. Patrick Smith, 24, maybe just a little off pace. Craziness shuffling back here. Fenway coming off pit road. Stay as low as you can, bud. Coming up into Jefferson. 78. I'm surprised he didn't just dump him right there. Thought Jefferson was just going to go into him, dump him, and say, well, that was your fault. Fitzwater second, get by Cole, Luigi to 42 now. Starting to fade back on the outside. Freeze did not get off turn 4. Well, he'll drop back. It's back there. Carr still trying to get by. That 13. And look how stacked up they are back here. Riley Spurgeon and Marshall Burrow in the middle of it. Oh, back there. Hernandez, Scott Gregory made contact. Controlling their cars for now. Here comes Fox to get points. By Spurgeon and Burrow. Stacked up. Cars everywhere. Shones pulls here into the wall. Hard. Spurgeon clears Fox, but needs a lot more points than what he's getting right now. He needs to be up there in the lead group and have Fox stay back here behind some chasers. Up at the front, Yepez leads the way. They're catching Patrick Smith, who just came out pit road. Fitzwater wants lead from that 32. Here comes Friesen with Buford. Luigi backs out of that. Off turn 4. Drag race to the line. Yepez led the lap. And they're catching Kukulon. 51 very off the pace. They will catch him at least once, probably twice, if we stay green. Fitzwater to clear. Down the back. Back there. Look at that. That just jumble of cars back there. And 3 wide on Yepez now for a second. Goes Jonathan Buford and Carter Friesen. And now Buford wants the lead from Fitzwater. Off turn 4. We had a crash at the back. Yellow flag is out. Who was in it? Who was in the crash? Marshall Burrow was in it. Anthony Fox has damage in the rear end. That's the danger of being back in that pack. Where's Riley Spurgeon now? Looks like he made his 16th. Second yellow flag. And maybe big championship chances right here are gone out the window. As back in front, who let them back? Was it Fitzwater? Fitzwater did. He has to get in line. And will these Sharks come down pit road now? Do they think that maybe we can't make it? And how's Fox's damage? Is it so bad to where he can't continue? He looks slow coming back to the caution flag. Cars are staying on the racetrack. They think they can make it. Look at the rear damage to Anthony Fox. The best thing for him is that other chasers were involved in that crash, like Burrow and Lynn. Lynn has a lot of damage. And then Dale Lang is a lap down. So it's not bad for Fox, but it's not great as well. So caution flag in the air. Fitzwater leads the way. First, we're going to see what happened to bring out, that caused the crash that didn't bring out the yellow flag. And then we'll see what happened to bring out the yellow. So it looks like Dale Lightning was involved in the one that didn't bring out the caution flag. Dale Lightning actually wasn't involved in this. It was a totally separate incident. Sebastian Kukul on the 51. Slow off turn number 2. Carson Barrett behind the 19. Coming with a run. Gets into Kukulon. Down to Michael Gregory. Spinning our Penzo Truck Series champion around into Bowers. 51 spins around. They're at the back of the field. No cars coming. No yellow flag was called. So that's what caused that accident. And Dale Lightning just happened to come up here with the Roman Fenway for some completely unrelated issue. So now to happen to bring out the caution flag as the pack was through the car of turn 2. Fox and others were crashed. And maybe Anthony Fox's championship chances have just taken a blow. This was a stack up 5 wide off of turn number 2. And watch this as they come down the backstretch. 5 wide. And they're going to keep it 5 wide for about half the backstretch. And then the crash happens down into turn 3. So right here, rubbing together, 55, 3, 14, Anton Charles, Scott Gregory, Sean Richard. Finally right there, it spins the 3 up the racetrack. 38 comes up into the 7. Lynn off the ground. Look at this hit for Anthony Fox right here. Boom, into the wall hard. I'm worried now about Anthony Fox. He might have some pretty heavy damage on that car. Griffin Lynn, heavy damage. Marshall Burrow doesn't look too bad in the 95. It looks like very minimal damage to Marshall Burrow, if at all. So how about this championship taking another turn? Can Riley Spurgeon in the final 10 or so laps trying to come through the field and win the race for what might be a Miami miracle. Let's have another look at this crash as they went down the backstretch. Anthony Fox, pretty heavy damage on that 38 car. We're going aboard with him along with Marshall Burrow. Fox came into the night looking to break Colucci's record of the most points scored in a 12-race chase under this format. Colucci had 107. Only one other driver has broken the triple-digit barrier, and that's Anthony Fox. He was at 700 coming into the race. He needed 7 points or 8 points to break it, but now it looks like that's out the window. He's just going to try and win the championship now. And let's see how bad Marshall Burrow in the 95's damage was. He was involved with the crash. Pretty heavy front-end damage in that 95 car. We'll just have to see how it all plays out. Leading the race back, Fitzwater the 9, just before they caught the lap cars of Kukulon Smith. Fitzwater's out in front for what may be the final restart of the season. It'll be 11 to go once we get the green flag. Coming back green, 11 to go once we take it. Fitzwater the car is out in front. Fenway, Richardson, Smith, Lightning, all laps down. For Dale Lightning, that's big. There's a lap down. That is a point. Anthony Fox will not lose if he stays on the lead lap. Chasers behind the 38 include the 47, the 7, along with the 95. Then there's the 38. He's right now getting, I believe, 4 points out of the day. If he gets 4 points, Riley Sprotube cannot, or he needs to go up there and then win the race. So Sprotube needs to win at this point if the 38 does not pass the 40. If 38 stays behind the 40, Sprotube needs to win. Sprotube rides in 16th. Leading the race, Fitzwater, Buford, Friesen, Yepes, and Seaman. Green flag back in there at Homestead. Back there, Sprotube passing to the inside. He passed the car in front of him. He did it. He's got a great restart. As long as you keep your position, that's not passing before the start-finish line. He's still good. If he can stay in this lead group, he has a shot. He'll get by a few cars right there up at the front. Buford spun the tires in second. Friesen gets in second. Down the back stretch. Anthony Fox trying to keep pace. Burrow's trying to get by him. And now Friesen out of line. On Fitzwater. Yepes looking 3 wide. Look at that big move. 10 laps to go in the season. 3 wide to turn 1. Friesen, Yepes goes side by side off turn 2. Anthony Fox still had the 95, but behind all the chasers he was behind to begin with. Luigi looking forward, wide on Seaman. What a big move. Can Yepes get clear of it? Sprue to middle lane, starting to fall back a little bit there. Yepes out in front, he leads the lap and he's clear. Down in line for the 32. What can Luigi do? What can Max Anderson do? There goes Cole looking low. Max Anderson, Steve Morgan on the inside. Car number 35 has never won a Gatorade Cup Series race. Cars shuffling around. Luigi for the lead. On Yepes. 3 wide, third on back. Craziness here at Homestead so far. How will it end? How will the championship end? Look at this logjam of cars that Sprotube in the middle of. Trying to get clear of Mills. Sachi's the next chaser in front of him. Sprotube trying to get a nice arc into the corner. Trying to get by that 17. They stack up 4 wide again. Steve Morgan up against the wall. Into it off turn 4 for 35. He'll drop back. Luigi leads the way. Where's Anthony Fox? Who is he behind now? He's way at the back. Behind Marshall Burrow now. Behind Dale Lightning now. But Lightning, remember, is a lap down. So that's not a point. But he did lose a point now to the 95. So if you get, what, 3 points, Sprotube still needs to win the race. He's looking for 4th. Up at the front. Fitzwater. Yepes. Luigi. Sprotube to 4th with 6 to go. What is going to happen? Luigi leads the way. Our high chaser Sprotube, but he needs to win the race. If he wins the race, he is the champion. Fitzwater, Luigi side by side. Sprotube trying to charge through the field to 4th he goes. Marcus Sachi might drive underneath him here though. Can the 26 protect the bottom of the racetrack? Sachi looking. Adam Garcia to the wall. Into it. Shovels the field up. 5 to go. Yellow flag went on the race. Luigi blocks Spurlitube. And now Sachi looks low on him. It's these 5 cars right now. Spurlitube can fall back behind the 17. Just get in line. That's all he needs to do. We have a car slow. Yellow flag is out. This is the race. They've wrecked. Coming back around. Fitzwater and Yepez back to the line. Coming around. Side by side. Who wins the final race of Season 10? It is Yepez by a nose. Did Anthony Fox miss it? He did. Who was all involved? Hernandez. Sampson was involved. Griffin Lynn. There's Hanley, Fenway, Hamill, Patrick Smith. Caution flag. The season is over. Yepez wins the race by 0.02 of a second. And for Riley Spurlitube, it was not enough. He needed to win the race. He didn't accomplish that. Maybe if... Oh, just imagine if Luigi did not block him into the corner. Would Spurlitube would drove it hard into 3 and 4 to try and make it stick. And if we had those 4 more laps, would Spurlitube have gotten it done? So Yepez leads the way. We'll just go quickly see what happened to bring out the yellow flag. They crashed off turn 2 on the coming to 4 to go. So remember this, Roman Fenway, the 13, is not on the lead lap. As he's going into turn number 1, he has some sort of issue on the 13 car where it blows up, causing a stack up. Nana going to the back, spinning the 13 around into Hamill, Smith, Hanley, 13 up off the ground. There's Sampson piling in with Nathan Stapleton. So, Anthony Fox gained so many points there. Yeah, the 13 was some sort of mechanical issue. Look at these cars coming in fast. Almost hitting him. So Anthony Fox in all likelihood will win the championship as long as he can coast around 4 more laps. Riley Spurlitube got 11 points. Oh, that hard hit. So Spurlitube getting 11 points. There's absolutely no way now where he can win the championship because he came in 11 points behind. So Fox would have to, you know. So winner of the race is Yepez. As long as he coasts around a few more laps. Anthony Fox in all likelihood will win this championship as Fox has a lot of chasers now and is currently scored in the 24th position. It might not be the cleanest race car to do burnouts here in the Gatorade Cup Series, but it's going to be a car that does burnouts for the championship. Yepez going to win the race if he comes around for 2 more laps. He'll come at the checkered flag. Yepez going to probably win the race, and Fox going to win the championship. Coming into 3 and 4, the race will end under the yellow flag. Yepez, by 0.02 of a second over Zachary Fitzwater, will win the race. Luigi, Marcus Sachi, and Riley Spurlitube round out the top 5. Anthony Fox back in 24th, but it's more than enough to win the championship. As he's going to get, let's see, there's all the chasers that retire, like the 16 out, or 2 laps down. 47 is down there. 7, 40. He's getting about, what, 5 points there. Checkered flag and a win in the finale for the 32 of Diego Yepez. And the 10th seed wins the 10th Gatorade Cup Series Championship. Anthony Fox from the 10th seed barely making the chase. He is the champion in the Gatorade Cup Series. Anthony Fox persevered here tonight. Even with that damage, even when it looked like he was going to lose the championship, he gets through. He moves up after the crash happens, misses the crash, and wins the Season 10 Gatorade Cup Series Championship. Let's go see the finish results and the final point standings. Here are the finish results from a crazy Wendy's 400 at the Homestead Miami Speedway. 3 caution flags for 12 laps. 1 ended the race under the yellow flag. If we didn't have that, how would the championship have fared? And 20 lead changes. 12 different drivers saw the lead at some point here tonight in Homestead. Probably one of the most competitive Gatorade Cup Series Homestead races we have ever had. Winning the race, Yepez by 0.02 of a second over Zachary Fitzwater Sr. in the race back to the start-finish line. Yepez wins the race in 12 laps. Fitzwater ends up in 2nd. Luigi almost with the perfect weekend. He ends up in 3rd. Marcus Sachi 4th. And for Riley Spurlitube, while it wasn't a championship, an attaboy to Spurlitube. He definitely made it interesting here tonight. Definitely made Fox sweat in terms of the championship. Spurlitube, though, ends up with a 5th place finish. Almost ended out the season with 2 miracle victories. Jose Mills ends up in 6th, Jonathan Buford 7th, Luke Rainey 8th, Jay Jefferson 9th, and Max Anderson rounding out the top 10. 11th for Adam Garcia, 12th for William Seaman, Steve Morgan 13th, Casey Naka 14th, Trey Rennie in 15th, Eli Bright 16th, Jeff Bright 17th, Connor Friesen 18th, Isaac Nichols 19th, Marshall Burrow rounding out the top 20. And as we look down, 21st for JJ Reed, Levi Schultz from the pole, 22nd, Zidell 23rd, there's Anthony Fox 24th, enough to win in the championship by 5 points, and Jake Richardson 25th. Scott Gregory 26th, Anthony Hernandez 27th, Riley Sampson 28th, Ryan Barber 29th, Carson Bowers in 30th. Griffin Lynn 31st, Michael Gregory 32nd, Anthony Sharp on 33rd, 34th on down, all laps down or out. Dale Lane, Chris Robertson, TJ Hanley, Nathan Stevenson laps down, 38th on down, out of the race. Special Kukulon, Derek Campbell, Patrick Smith, Roman Fenway, and Edwin Mendez. At the right side are the final point standings. No ties at all here this season, but Anthony Fox gets 105 points. That's the second most of anyone under this format. Fox wins the championship. Some of the most consistent we've seen Fox. In fact, at Homestead, that was his worst chase race. Fox's worst chase race before this was 6th highest. Now it was 8th highest because of here at Homestead. But 105 points wins him the championship by 5 points over Riley Sprotube, who ends up second in the points. And you think back to the times where, Smith put him into the wall at Pocono, other non-chasers kind of raced him a little bit too hard. Could Sprotube possibly got 5 points at some point here? Richmond with Jay Jefferson, Pocono with Patrick Smith. A lot of what is for Riley Sprotube, but still nothing to hang his head about. It was a great chase for Riley Sprotube. Great performance. All around, had fast race cars, got up to second, made it interesting at the end. Definitely drove like a bat out of hell in that final run, trying to get to the win, knowing the position Anthony Fox was in. Third goes to Marshall Burrow, Jose Mills in fourth, and fifth goes to Adam Garcia. Then sixth place for Marcus Sacchi, seventh for Carter Friesen, 8th goes to Jay Jefferson, 9th to Nathan Stapleton, 10th Dale Lightning, 11th Griffin Lynn, and 12th to Riley Sampson. That's the 12 drivers in the chase and how they finished running in the championship. For Anthony Fox, this is big for him. It's his first ever Gatorade Cup Series season. As a Gatorade Cup Series rookie, he wins the championship all the way. By the way, he's never won a Gatorade Cup Series race. He's a Gatorade Cup Series champion. He is a non-winner champion. That's the first time that's ever happened. Every other champion has at least won one race. Anthony Fox has never won a Gatorade Cup Series race, yet he is a Gatorade Cup Series champion. And for the first time ever, the champion didn't score the most points throughout the season. That was Jose Mills. Fox actually scored the third most points. Riley Sprotube scored the second most points. So for the first time ever in the Gatorade Cup Series, this format did not produce a champion who scored the most points throughout the season. But other than that, Fox wins the championship. Congratulations to him in the 38. Absolutely outstanding the season he had. Just barely making it into the chase by the skin of his teeth, ending up winning the championship with some of the best 12 race stretch I've ever seen out of a driver. That is it. 10 seasons of the Gatorade Cup Series, 380 points races, all done with now. Season number 11 is basically the start of a new era, a new decade of the Gatorade Cup Series. I'd like to thank everyone for watching, who signed up. Just if you watched, if you weren't signed up, truly means a lot. It was a great season. Especially coming down to the end with this championship battle. Made it interesting. What a great race. What a great race to end on. Maybe if we didn't get that final cut, we could have seen some more drama. But otherwise, a great season. Thanks to everyone who signed up. Thanks to everyone who made paint schemes. Big shout out once again, Riley Sprotube. Big hand for him. Made the thumbnails for all 3 series. Did it once again, the Gatorade Cup Series. So big props to him. Big shout out to him. Big hand to him. He did a lot this season for all 3 series. But that's it for Penzo Truck Series, Target Series, Gatorade Cup Series. Next seasons will probably start next year because we have a new series to go in between. So to announce this right now, the new series will be the Samsung IndyCar Series, which will be, I think, a 20 race schedule, which will run from end of November, early December, all the way to the end of December, and then we'll have signups just after New Year's, January 2020. So great season. Congratulations once again to Anthony Fox on winning the championship. Congratulations to everyone else who won races as well. Great season, crazy season. Can't wait to see what Season 11 has in store for sure. I thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys for the next video.